I've had better starts to the day, I can tell you that. I'm so far behind because I overslept, which is stupid of me, because I'd known for a week that the clocks were going forward. I even got reminded by my son while we were chatting on Skype last night. But like the idiot I am, I forgot to change the clocks when I went to bed. And like the bloody microwave, it doesn't change by itself. Well, Mary bought me the clock one Christmas 1,000 years ago, and as it still works, I don't see any point in changing it. And more to the point, I know how to use it. And like most things these days, like the bloody microwave, they require you to have a degree in, I don't know, parapsychology to do even the simplest things. I like things that are simple and straightforward. Like me, you might say. Anyway, it went off at its usual time, which is an hour behind the time that it actually is, if you follow me. And I awoke in a bit of a daze, and without thinking about it, I hit the snooze button once, maybe twice. No more than 3 times, I'm fairly certain. Anyway, it doesn't matter how many times I hit it, but I suddenly realised what I'd done and woke up in an absolute jolt, and for the next hour I couldn't tell my arse from my elbow, which put me even further behind. And I need to get to the shops before the hordes arrive and clear the shelves, which they will do. There'll be no bread left. But I have a schedule, you see, and I recommend having one. Because I think it's so important at times like this that you give yourself some kind of a structure. Yes, I mean, otherwise you spend your day watching endless repeats of Homes Under the Hammer or gazing vacantly at Facebook until your brain turns to mush when you can't remember your own name, let alone what you went upstairs for, or indeed if you were going upstairs or coming downstairs, and why you've got a cucumber in your hand. That happened to me yesterday. I still don't know what the cucumber was for. In fact, I'm not sure where I put it. So, today's schedule. Well, I'm a bit behind, obviously, but 1. Breakfast. Tick. Cereal. Half a grapefruit. Some orange juice. And really nice coffee. Fail with the coffee and you may just as well abandon the whole day there and then. I mean, people who don't drink coffee actually worry me. Seriously, I literally have no idea how they function. And to be honest, I'm not sure I want to. 2. Shower, brush teeth, get dressed. Tick. I think it's important to make an effort, even if you're not going to see anyone, because it makes it feel as if life is still somehow normal. And God knows we need some normal in the world right now. In fact, if you see me wandering around in my pyjamas after 8 a.m, then please either shoot me or report me to my wife and children, who will kill me anyway. You see, the other reason I was late this morning was that Mary wasn't there to kick me out of bed like she normally does. Well, normally, before my shower, I go downstairs and put the coffee on for breakfast. It's the only time, apart from being ill, when I'm allowed downstairs in my pyjamas. And even though she isn't here, if I tried it, she'd know. I sometimes wonder if there's hidden cameras about the house, the stuff she knows. And then I remember she still struggles with her mobile phone, so I presume she just uses her womanly psychic powers. Oh, no, that's bad of me. I'm making her sound awful, and she isn't. She isn't, I promise you. Mary is one of the kindest women to be put on this earth. And the fact that she's looked after and put up with me for the past 50 years is proof enough of that. But she was a matron for most of her working life, so you can imagine what she's like as a patient. God knows how the staff on her ward are coping. When we went outside to clap for the NHS the other night, I gave an extra cheer for looking after her for me. They're miracle workers, each one as kind as Mary herself, each one putting themselves on the line, as Mary would have done if she'd been their age when this virus hit. They stopped us visiting nearly 3 weeks ago now. Up until the beginning of this week, I was able to drop off clean clothes for her, or books or magazines and that kind of thing. But I don't think I can do that now. Well, they had talked about letting her come home for a few days next week, but then she developed an infection, so that's been delayed. The house seems so empty without her. I mean, we FaceTime throughout the day, but it's not the same. I want to laugh with her, hold her hand, argue about what to watch on the television, moan about the grandkids never visiting, kiss her goodnight. But she's just a face on the screen. And the grandkids can't visit anyway. 3, I get out for a walk to the shops for a paper and some fresh bread and milk, and to say a socially distant good morning to a few people if I can. My son tells me off for this. He says I should tell them what they want and they'll get it for me. And this is what they don't seem to understand. If I can't get out, if I can't say hello to the family across the street, or the woman in the baker's, or the staff behind the counter in the co-op, then I could go a whole day and not see a soul or speak to anyone. So when I can get out, I like to. I mean, it makes me feel connected with the rest of the world, instead of being some rather sad, lonely old man, which I worry I'm fast becoming. 4, I make the house ready in case she comes home today. Well, I know she won't, but if she does, I want it to be nice for her. I want it to be how she would want it. I want her to be pleased. I'm sorry, I'm so late. I'm so far behind. There'll be no bread left.